All right, boys, Tokyo Xtreme Racer 2025. Time for a review. Yeah, look, here's the deal, right? Genki wanted to revive this series. This isn't some crazy overhaul. They just went rogue and did some random thing. They wanted to stick to the TXR DNA, what made it good, they just wanted to keep the bones and just the meat just intact and just give it a little bit of extra that they probably weren't able to do for Import Tuner Challenge, and just bring it back true to form, just perfect, good, wholesome experience like we wanted, like we know from back in the day with 0, 3, Import Tuner Challenge. I would say Drift, but no Toge in this, but they nailed it. All right, they added a lot of stuff that we didn't have in previous games, and it's just a reboot, and they did a really good job. So I just put that out there. Coming from a longtime fan that has thousands of hours in these games, they did a really good job. All right, so I'll kind of go over a lot of things. I won't go into every little detail about every little thing, but I will say the game is a lot of fun. There's already been one update in the early access copy that I had. They adjusted lighting. They added the hood cam. There's still a lot of screen shake on third person, and me, it seems like I'm the only one. I asked a lot of other creators. I'm the only one that doesn't have audio, exhaust, and intake sounds on third person cameras, on the chase cams. It works on bumper and hood. I'm the only one that doesn't have that. I don't know if I got some unique bug. I already related to Genki. They said wait for the day one patch, so we'll see. But everything about this game is great. If you look at my wins, 248 wins, 21 losses. That is the most amount of losses I've ever had in a TXR game, let alone it's only half the game. So the game, the AI it has its moments, right? When I bought my S13, I beat the game with S13. I absolutely destroyed everything. Okay, look, man, it's nice having it on PC. You can just point and click on everything, right? So you got your dealer. So as you start playing the game, I'll show you here. Look, we're at 212 and 216. There's just a few. I won't give them away. Some wanderers that I haven't beaten. Okay, just a few down here. Just a few. Okay, but this coming soon is Replay Theater. I saw it from Fuel Fest demos. Okay, but you get time attacks. You have segments and speed traps. So as you drive around, let me go to the map and show you. Also, the map, so much better. You have on ramps that you sell the in. Those are all on ramps. So not only can you just go in from a few spots like before, they have way more, each way. Bam, 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 bam. Right. You obviously have the parking areas coming back. If it'll, since I beat the game, there's no objectives. But if you're looking for a certain rival, like let's see, this guy, Last Flight. If I click on him, it shows me where it is. It highlights him, and it shows me which on-ramp to go to get to him the fastest. And then I just click on this and just go. So if you're hunting a certain person or a certain wanderer and they're not in the parking area, it's just so nice this way. I don't think I remember seeing a win combo. But keep in mind, there's a lot of things that they've updated, and there's a lot of things I've seen on their YouTube page with Aero kits and stuff like that that I don't have access to in the game. We don't have the full day one patch, so keep that in mind watching this. But most of the cars are right around the 350 to 450 horsepower mark. Everything's pretty equal. There's a couple cars that have a really high top end once you mess with the gear ratio, but I mean, look, the new perk system, let's talk about that. You have attack and defense now, right, that you can spec into. So basically, attack is you do more SP damage, and defense is you take less SP damage. So you could do challenge runs where you just don't spec into these, right? Could make it more interesting. Could make the battles longer for sure if you don't spec into the attack. Back on the topic of AI, I struggled. I picked the Miata out of the starter cars, and I struggled. I absolutely struggled once I got around 50 to 70 rivals completed, and at that point I was just waiting to buy a new car. The Miata just doesn't have a lot of power, and you'll get your ass kicked, right? So we have that. You have skills. You can equip a skill. You've got pretty much extra SP, like 4%, 8%. It keeps going. You don't take as much damage on walls, reduced tire wear. You can get like extra 800 CP per 2 kilometers. You can get 4%, 8% extra when you beat rivals, all kinds of stuff, right? And then you start out with like a limited wallet. You can only have like 5 mil. And then as you play the game, you can have more money that you can bank, and you can have more garages. I think the highest is 55, which I only have 48 cars plus the boss cars. So I have bought every single car and maxed it out and customized it. That'll be a separate video. But yeah, the game kind of forces you, like, okay, you don't have a cap on money, but hey, you're gonna hit your cap soon. So buy a new car or you're not gonna gain any more money. So it kind of, once you get a little bit into it, it does start throwing money at you, and it's very easy to accumulate a few cars, and just, you're not kind of locked to one car, so it's kind of nice. And then same thing here, like obviously I have everything but one car unlocked here. So basically I think you have access to all the first cars, maybe the first 2, and then it'll be like, oh, defeat boss this, and this, and then you unlock the next row. And then you come down here, it'll be like beat Cinderella After Midnight, Bloodhound, and 2 others to unlock the rest of the cars. So the game does have progression, which I really liked, right? It's not like Importuner Challenge where you come in and you can just save up and buy, you know, one of the best cars. It has progression. You don't unlock cars from Wanderers. That's not a thing anymore. It's all locked behind progression. And I liked it this way because I had the Miata, and then I saved, I bought this S13, right? And then what else did I buy after that? I don't remember. I think I did buy the BB, the toaster. Yeah, but like it gives you like progression. But I beat the game with S13 just because it was so fast. It was so fast. I do wish, obviously it's early access. We're gonna be, you know, sending feedback. A lot of the AI was good and challenging, and then once I got a faster car, the AI was like not even a threat. Some of the bosses were an okay challenge, but I would like to see more AI difficulty personally. And I would like to see the screen shake on the third-person cameras have like a toggle on or off to make it smooth, like the bumper cam and the hood cam. That would be ideal. It's just too much. It's too much shake. And I read like, oh, I've played Pro Street. It's no big deal. It's worse than Pro Street. I'm telling you, when it's in front of you on your monitor and you're racing and it's just going like this, the faster you go, it's like, you know what I mean? I'm getting old, man. That's too much. It's just too much. Everybody seems in agreement that it's too much. But so if you want, like, you know, the GTRs, you're gonna have to beat the last boss on early access to even play with some of these high-end cars. But that's okay because these cars are fast. All right, it's early access. Keep that in mind. This is half the game. All right, keep that in mind. It's not gonna give you the best cars, but you can unlock them and use them. And then same with tuning. All right. These unlocked after the last update, but I wasn't able to buy them, even though I've got, you know, what's in front of them. So yeah, but same thing. You'll have the first tier, and then it'll say beat whatever bosses, and then you'll unlock the second tier. So it's all locked behind progression. It's not like, I mean, it's kind of like the same thing back in, like, you know, 0 and 3, when you would beat a boss, you would unlock exhaust level 2 or engine level 2, right? So it's kind of the same thing, like, oh, okay, you beat this certain set of bosses, you'll unlock the next upgrades, and then you're good for the next stage. You know what I mean? I really like the progression system. I really like the perk system. And once you go back to your garage here, you can equip your perk here. You can only pick one, at least at the moment. I don't know if they're going to change that, but you can only have one, which is cool. Some, because if you look over here, it's like, it shows my wall and car absorption and my attack. Obviously, the attack and defense, you don't have to equip. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, decreases by 10%. So I don't know if that's just a placeholder for telling me how much I have if I equip it, or if it's always on. I don't know. But my max speed was 218, the fastest I've gone. I thought it was 217. Anyway, I do have all the cars. But then once you unlock the cars, They're available in the dealership. You just come in here, you pick which one you want, you buy it. You get some boss cars. They did upgrade the prices on these. So when you go to tune your car, if the car is not turbo, okay, depends on the car. When you get to level 3 or 4 on the power unit, it will take an NA car and make it turbo. So while there's no option to add a turbo, once you get around the level 4 on the power unit, you'll see it on, like, above me here. It'll go from NA to turbo. So that's how like some people are like, oh, I saw this car was turbo. Whoa, that's crazy. In some of the teasers. So that's how you know. Power unit, exhaust, intake, brake, clutch, LSD, suspension, transmission, body, tire, and nitrous, right? And then when you go into settings, I will say if you upgrade your transmission, come in here and hit default, because it'll keep it. It could just be a thing in early access, but as soon as you upgrade your transmission, hit default, so it gives you more top end. All right, and you can obviously adjust all of these individual, right? Or you can change the final drive. Like, we can get this up to 198. You can tweak all that. The alignment is probably my favorite part. You can dial in. Now, this was at the bottom, and this covered the wheels. So they moved this so you can see now, okay? So it's better. But, I mean, look at the camber. We can go max camber. You can go fucking, I don't know why you would drive like that, but you can do it. So you can really dial in your camber. You can do tow. You know what I mean? Like, ride height. You can make it a monster truck if you want. Offset, obviously you can poke it out, poke it in. You can do so much. You can do so much here, and it's really nice. Like, you can really dial in the cars, and it's just look at this Evo 5, man. Look at this thing. It's gorgeous. We got glowing license plates. You can change your license plate numbers, all of that, at any time you want. If you want to not rock the glowing plate, you can change it. It's so if you notice, like, on a lot of other stuff, like when they're doing this, it's not like smooth. If I go to ultra settings, I don't have a PC that could run ultra. It does lag a little bit. This is like real choppy. So if you're running on settings you can't, and you go to view your car and it's not super smooth, like if you look in the demo, that's how it was. That's why. So turn down your fucking settings, all right? But yeah, I mean, LSD is still here. You can change front and rear, whatever you want. We got the brakes, right? Brake balance, which I will tell you, adjust your brakes, because when you slam on the brakes, your car will, like, get front heavier, like, kind of give out on you. So you got to do that. Obviously, spring, damper balance. Stabilizer I haven't unlocked yet. Gear ratios, you can adjust your torque balance, you know what I mean? So there's that. And Aero. Now they've added some that weren't here. Most cars have three options each, okay? This one only has 2, okay? Most cars have 3, and on the last update they added a spot for a 4th, so I'm assuming maybe end of early access each car will have 4. But if you think back to like 3, I think it was only 5 types per car. So really, with real world licensed parts, this isn't bad. You know what I mean? I can go to a car that has, so I won't, because you'll see it, all right? But like, see how I have this equipped here? Under me right here, they've done on the last update, it'll say whatever the body kit is. Like if it's a real Aero kit, it'll say like Japan Society or Veils, you know, not Veilside, they don't have Veilside. Varus, it'll say it right here. It'll tell you what it is. Like I said, we still don't have the full version. Obviously, all this stuff, neons, think import tuner challenge, and then some, right? So we could put this on, and then we got 16 types or 15 types here, right? You got all kinds of stuff. You can just go through it, right? You can change the flashing speed. You can change the color. Just all kinds of stuff, right? Whatever you want. Whatever you want. And then you can change your calipers, which is cool, right? I want to show you when we get the rotors though. You can go 4-pot, 6-pot, 8-pot, or twin. Pretty cool, right? It's a pretty cool thing here. We'll put an 8-pot on. You can change the angle. What game lets you do this, dude? Look at that. Look at that. How cool is that? You can put the angle wherever the frick you want. That's fucking badass, man. Change the color, obviously. Let's do not perfect color, but we'll go with that, I guess. Yeah, right. So you can do that front, rear, and then look at the rotors. We'll go front rotor here. Okay, iron, drilled, slotted, ceramic, carbon. Okay, so we'll go ceramic, carbon, slotted. Now watch this. Size setting. Ready? You see how big the brakes get? You can just fit the whole wheel in there. Like, you know what I mean? You can choose the size. How crazy is that? What other game lets you do that, right? Like, it's so good. It's so good, man. And then wheels. I don't know if they're going to add more, but we only have 2 wheels per manufacturer here. So I know a lot of people are probably going to be upset about that, but there's still 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Still 22 plus the stock wheels. It's early access. I'm sure we're going to get more cars. I'm sure we're going to get more Aero, more wheels, right? If they already have these brands, I guarantee you they're holding on to some wheels for full launch, okay? But one thing I will say is a lot of these, they just don't have a lot of color options, right? You can change the size, or you can pick front, and like I could have a 15-inch front and a 19-inch rear. That's a thing, okay? That is a thing. Now a lot of these colors, weird that's not showing me the color now, probably because I already have it. So let me go with this one. That's really weird. Maybe after the last update that's bugged, but yeah, that's really weird. You can choose the color of the wheels. Have colors, right? Most of them, like if you go to work wheels, it has all of the, that's so weird. It has like 12 color options for this. It has all like the factory options, even the bolts. You can have like the gold bolts and stuff, but you can't put like your own custom color on the wheels. You can only put the colors that are like the factory options, which I'm okay with. I don't know why that's not working all of a sudden. But yeah. So that's the customization and livery. A lot of people want to know about livery, right? You can change the body color. You can change to a, other color. You can go anywhere you want, how bright you want it, how dark you want it. If you want it metallic, you want it matte, you can change all of that. And then they don't have the stickers yet for when you beat the rivals. You can put their sticker on. So I don't know how this is going to work. But as far as body, you get 40 here. Okay. Now you can put 40 layers, which really isn't a lot, right? But look at all the options. They have everything from Import Tuner Challenge and then some. So you can really go ham and make some really cool liveries. All right. But it's not bad, man. I'm telling you, it's not bad. And as far as that, I do want to go over some options. I highly recommend playing manual if you can deal with pressing 2 buttons to shift. You can remap the buttons to whatever you want, whatever configuration layout you want on your controller, wheel, whatever. Highly suggest going manual. There's one time I spawned in and I was on automatic. I don't know what happened. And it shifts so early, it doesn't stay in the power band, and I was losing because it just wasn't shifting optimally. You can change the mini map if you want kilometers, miles per hour, all kinds of stuff in here that you can change. Graphic settings, you can really change what you want. I mean, you can go ultra wide if you want. There is an ultra wide setting. I don't know where it went, but there's people out there that have done ultra wide. Oh, they changed FPS settings. Oh, this is new. So you can do unlimited. Before it was unlimited and it's 60. So you can now do unlimited 60. You can do 100, 120, 144, 180, or you can just uncap it. Okay, so that's another thing that they changed that I didn't catch. So that's a thing, right? You can change your brightness. If you want V-Sync, I have everything on high. A lot of these are new. There was only 4 options before. All of this is new. Upscaling, screen ratio. Yeah, they've added a lot of stuff. It just shows you who knows, they could add even more for the day 1 patch. You can change the sound quality, obviously, whatever you want. Adjust all this. Now I want to get into the controllers. All right, now a lot of people were talking about like it looks twitchy. It's not that bad. And also if you finesse, right, if you finesse it and kind of like turn in slightly and don't just go full lock, you can really like hook around corners and it's not twitchy at all. Or what you can do is you can go down to dead zone. You can change the dead zone. Handling response time. This basically set the time it takes to reach maximum input value when steering wheel is fully turned. So it changes how long, if you like mash the stick to the left or right, it limits how long it takes to get to full lock, right? So if you turn this down, it's going to take longer. I don't know if it's down or up. I don't know which one it is, right? But mess with it, okay? This was the only one I messed with. And it was, it made a big difference in how snappy the car was. It was more like smooth because it took longer. It wasn't just like full lock. Like the car was like fluid on the highway. Like, you know what I mean? So there are ways you can adjust that. The return time, you know, if you let go, right, how it'll just snap back to center. If you let go, it'll kind of like slowly turn back if you want that as well to make it less snappy. You can mess with accelerator, dead zone, acceleration, braking, handbrake, gear shift. I don't see a clutch option for wheel. I don't know if you can map it if you plug in a wheel. I don't know. But yeah, I remapped my shift up and shift down. I mean, you can do whatever in here. Like there's options, okay? And then for whatever, but if you're using a controller, make sure you plug it in and select device too. But I mean, outside of that, boys, it's good, right? The gameplay is good. Racing's fun. It's just fun, man. Let's go rip down the Bay Shore real quick. We'll go here. I mean, PA areas are still a thing. Right? You go in there, you talk, you find out about Wanderers, what their requirements are. There's more of a story. When you beat certain... Like, do you see I have no audio? Like, if I go here. So I have this bug. I don't know. It seems like I'm the only one. Turbo sounds and all that, but... Yeah, so now there's sound, right? So this is a new view they added, the hood cam. But yeah, you have NOS, which so we're just hauling. You can turn it on, turn it off whenever you want. Yeah, but the handling feels like really nice. Obviously mine's still like the snappy stock settings, but you can mess around with it. It doesn't feel bad though. But the game's fun. You can also now... Alright, we'll get the next guy. Screw it. You can also race the random traffic. They're all called the nameless one. So basically, if you're... Instead of like having to drive all the way to the next rival, you can just get in here and just destroy the racers and just get a quick extra like 15-20k on your way to other racers. Good old Rainbow Bridge. But I didn't know how I'd feel about this at first, because like, what's the point? Now I understand. You can just get a quick buck. But we just got 27,000 for that. Just on the way. We could stop and race another one, right? But it's smooth now. There's no, like, it doesn't slow you down. You just keep going full speed when you're done a battle. You just fly into the PAs. And then look at it. You get to see your car sitting in the PAs now in all of its glory. It shows you your stats. You can change the settings. You can adjust anything you want on your car in the PAs. You can change your tires, 50,000. Get a new set of tires, which is right here, obviously, and you can just refresh. I run medium tires. If you know you're going to come out and do like a boss battle and you want to run softs, but upgrading your tires makes a huge difference in the game. Like, the handling gets crazy when you lower your car, add a little bit of camber, stiffen it up, and go like upgraded like level 3, level 4 tires. Crazy difference. Like, every car feels really grippy. You can refill your nitrous for 20,000, which we just won 27,000. There is a legendary tuner that will go around the PAs that will give you added horsepower for the night. But I run medium tires. I can do about 10 battles before I run out, which isn't that bad. You know what I mean? Do 10 battles, hit a PA, refresh them, keep going if you want. But there's also, you know, same shit. You can talk to the people. They tell you about, you know, all the lore. There are times where you beat a team or a boss, it'll automatically like send you to a parking area and you'll have conversations with the boss or with upcoming bosses or other teams. Like, it'll throw you in here. There'll be dialogue. They still have the crazy cutscenes. They still have all the goodness. All in all, it's just a true return to just Tokyo Xtreme Racer. It's import tuner challenge with everything they wanted to add, because, you know, we didn't have the base shoreline, we didn't have all of that. It's really cool, you know, like, it's just really cool. It's so good. But yeah, I mean, besides that, like, you still have your wanderer requirements, you still have all the crazy stuff, like, everything's still here. You know, it'll tell you who you beat, what car they were driving. You get BP, which is how you unlock the perks. Every rival gives you, I want to say it was 1 BP. I think Wanderers give you 3 to 5 BP. And I have too much money, obviously. Don't ask how I got this much. Secrets, all right? It'll tell you, okay, did you go across the speed trap? This is the record. This is the new record. I'm assuming the replay theater will be up here eventually, and it'll be like, these are the replays, and then you can go in on this screen and maybe save them. I don't know. My name is Poor Master, fitting. But yeah, pretty much same end screen. You'll get bad names, and when the bad names pop up, it'll be like, do you want to keep your old name or do you want to get the new name? And you can select which one, press OK. But yeah, as you progress, you get 1 BP per rival, 3 to 5 per boss wanderer, and then that's what you use. Like, each car was 3 BP to unlock. Tuning, I think, was only 1 each. Some perks are 1 to 3. It just depends. Loading is very fast. You know, it's just a masterpiece, man. Like, I'm sure people are going to bitch, oh, 2 to 3 Aero kits is not a lot. It's still early access. I mean, they never had more than 5 anyway. I haven't seen any wide bodies. I haven't seen, like, at Import Tuner Challenge, you could put on, like, a crazy wide body kit. I haven't seen any of that. Keep in mind, I don't have full reign of everything, and it's also early access, so they could be saving some juicy stuff for us come full launch at, what, end of April, early May, whenever they're going to do it. But, like, all in all, man, I had fun. I raced around the C1. I had fun with the rivals. You'll notice some returning, some new. It's good. It's good fun. It's a true. They didn't lose their roots. What made Tokyo Xtreme Racer legendary is still there. You rip around the Wangan, you race rivals, you upgrade your cars, you buy new cars, you modify them, you have a good time. Now, there's no New Game Plus in early access. Okay, come full game, I'm hoping they do New Game Plus. If not, so be it. But it's nice. It's nice. Look, I'll do a separate video on this, but as you can see, I have every car here. Click on this. Ooh, modified, ready to go. STI. Oh shit. You want? I bought Shua. Now I will say, whatever version I have, I cannot modify these cars. No visual. No power, nothing. They are as is. I don't know if that'll change. You got the Lavorg. You know what I mean? Like, I got everything done. So, you know, like, we got everything here, boys. You want a Mazda 3? You want a RX-8? You want the Mazda, old Mazda 3 speed? There you go, right? But yeah, this was the car I pretty much beat the game in, you know? And let's finish off the video with taking it. I don't know if they're going to change that to the car's exhaust sound, but when you get in, when you ride in a car, when you fire it up, it's cool. It's the same for every car, though, so it's kind of like, maybe it's a placeholder for now. But let's go to the legendary PA that they finally added. Daikoku PA. If you know, you know. If you know anything about the car culture. Now, they did an update here to make it brighter. It's like when you're under the lights in the parking area, it's very bright compared to before where it was just like your car was dark, like the ones in the background. And I like how they used like cars from the game to like flesh it out. But I mean, this is Daikoku, boys. This is the legendary spot. I mean, look at our car sitting here. You know, it's cool to come in and be like, that's my car. That is my car. I'm parked in the parking area. Let me talk to these people. Let's have a good time. Like, it's just, while you're talking to them, like, you're standing next to the car, just like a car meet in real life. And you're just like, it's so crazy, man. You know? And you want to challenge these fools? Here you go. But it's just, you know, it leaves you wanting more because early access is only like 216, 217 rivals. I think there's going to be over 400 on full launch, but we only got it 3 months. You know, the game runs perfectly, as I've said before. No FPS drops, no crashes, no issues. It does seem to be Unreal Engine 5, and a lot of people are like, oh, I'm worried because Unreal Engine 5 never runs well. Genki fucking did some magic. It runs really, really, really well. But all in all, no other game gives us a just straight roll racing highway game like this, and it's nice to have Genki back. And you know, I'm biased because I'm a longtime fan, but as a longtime fan, it's a very solid game. I would give it a 9 or a 10, honestly, even for early access. I mean, look at other early access games, bare bones. This is a full experience, ready to go. They could have released this as a game for 30 bucks. You know, end of story. You're good to go. But I mean, for what's here, for what's on offer, for the fun I've had, I wanted more. As soon as I beat the last boss, I was like, I want to keep going. I need more. I want to go faster. Obviously, you know, we're gated, and there's going to be probably more cars, more tuning options to make the cars go faster. But it's fun, boys. It is a lot of fun for 30 bucks. It is a good experience. It takes me back to the early 2000s when I was playing these games. The music, everything's there. It's just so much fun. But yeah, I could go on. I could make this a 2-hour vid just talking about it. But it's so good. All right. But anyway, 2 days. We'll get the game. 2 days. Look forward to it. It's solid. It's a lot of fun. There it is, boys. You know the drill. Subscribe. Come back. See you on the next one.